Hi everyone, today we're going to be talking about multiplication of fractions. So the example we have today is 7/3 times 4/5. And if we remind ourselves first of what multiplication is, it's when we have groups of the same size, we're going to bring those groups together and then count the total number that we have. So in this case, we have 7/3 times 4/5. So that means we have 7/3 of 4/5. So you'll see more how the grouping works as we go on with the problem. And next we should remind ourselves of what the different parts of our fraction really means. So if we first look at 7/3, we know that we first want to look at what is our whole. So in this case, let's say we have our whole is going to be one candy bar. So we're going to draw out our one candy bar. So our one candy bar is our whole. Next we'll look at the denominator of 7/3. Our denominator is 3 because that's the bottom number. And we know that that means that 3 is the number of pieces that our whole, our candy bar, is going to be cut into. So we're going to divide this candy bar into 3 equal-sized pieces. And next we'll look at our numerator. So our numerator is the number of slices we have, or the number that we are going to be working with. So if we have 7 pieces of our candy bar, but our candy bar is only cut into 3 pieces, that means we're going to have to draw 2 more candy bars so that we have enough of the pieces to get 7/3. So we'll draw 2 more candy bars. And we can represent that 7/3 by shading in 7 of our pieces. Oops. Just fill in 1 in this last candy bar because we only need 1 more. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces, 7/3 of our candy bar. Now next, we look at our 4/5. We want to divide all of these candy bars into 5 pieces. But since we've already divided them this way, we'll divide them this way now. So we're slicing all of our pieces into 5. So now, if we remember how to multiply fractions, we know that we multiply just by going straight across. So if we do that, we have 7 times 4, which is 28, and 3 times 5, which is 15. And how we see that here is we cut this into 5, and now we're going to look at just 4 of these 5 pieces. So if we go with a different color here, we're going to be looking at just the top 4 pieces that were cut out of our candy bars. So now if we look at this, we see that we have 7 groups of 4. So we cut our candy bars into 7. We have 7 pieces if we look at just the ones that are shaded and in blue. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that are shaded and are encompassed in the blue box. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if we look at just one group here, you can see the one group of 4, or one group of 7, 2 groups of 7, 3 groups of 7, and 4 groups of 7. Because we're looking at just the pieces that we've cut that are shaded and are in the blue. So we have 7 groups of 4. And that's what multiplication means. When we have a group that is equal size, so in this case, 4 groups that each have 7, and we're bringing them together and we're counting the total number. So that's what we did on top when we did 7 times 4. We counted them up, and that was 28. Now we have 3 groups of 5. And how we see that is when we look at our entire whole. All 3 of these candy bars, we're going to have 3 groups of 5, because when we have a fraction, our denominator is the number of pieces that our whole was cut into. So we had 3 groups of 5, or in this case, we had 1, 2, 3 columns, all cut into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And because we are going back to our whole, which was just the 1 candy bar, we know that 3 groups of 5 is going to be 15. So our denominator, we look at just the 1, we go back to our original whole, which was just the 1 candy bar. And in that we have 3 groups. 1, 2, 3, all cut into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there you have your final answer of 28/15.